Well, no, personally, we've seen how Bitcoin and to a different extent, stablecoins have really empowered people in our countries. We don't have the dollar. We have collapsing economies. We have dictators. Like, these are very important tools for us, and we hope the U.S. Congress can keep this in mind as it makes policy. Like, if you want to be talking up yourselves as the leader of the free world, well, like, you got to be mindful that this technology is oftentimes the only lifeline out there for a lot of people. And then that it ends up doing way more for like individual rights in some countries than any government program could ever do. So hopefully that we get that across. And there's some other things that will come out as well out of the event. We've got an NGO guide we're creating by September. It should be out, like an open and free guide that will be like for nonprofits that are receiving grants, and also for foundations and governments that are giving grants. It'll be like a practical guide on how to incorporate Bitcoin, best practices based on field research. Wow. This is missing. This doesn't exist today, so that's going to be super helpful, because there's a lot of nonprofits that are just like they want to onboard, and then they have very kind of simple like questions like, well, what should we use? It's just like, okay, well, maybe BTC Pay, and then okay, well, where do we go from there? Where do we have it point to? It's
absolutely.
Like, okay, like do you do a hot wallet? How much is safe on a hot wallet? Like,
we were just talking about that
use a cold wallet
before you came on.
And, for most of these organizations, like a hot wallet's going to be perfectly fine. I mean, like, as long as they secure it correctly and they have the seed in the right place, like, I mean, it's going to be fine for like, daily flow of, occasional donations. For really large amounts of money, I mean, it might be a different story. But the fact is that, if you have a BTC Pay, it's going to be very, very difficult to track what's going on, especially if you handle things correctly on the back end. So, and then you can also, what's cool is you can pay out directly. You could pay out directly in Lightning to a mobile wallet from whatever wallet you're using with BTC Pay, and then pay from there to your contractors in different countries. And if you go from if you just have a very simple chain where it's like Breeze Wallet, Moon Wallet, or something, I mean, good luck tracing that. It's like a UTXO swap, because they use these like mobile Lightning wallets use submarine swaps. So it's like, it's very strong with privacy. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, so it just depends on what they need, but we'll work with them to we'll try to provide as many resources as we can, and get that document done. So there's some good things coming out, great things coming out of the conference. There's a lot more I heard about today on a call that you'll see. Some very exciting stuff.
Give us a taste.
Yeah, no. Just I think that so Obi Nwosu was there, obviously, at the conference, and Odell was joking that he made everybody a Fediment maximalist. So
yes,
yeah, I mean, I think that there's some clarity around the idea that okay, well, maybe not everybody in the world can own an UTXO. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, it seems like there's debate around that. But guess what? Like, everybody could use a Fediment. And, maybe everybody, maybe as many people as possible try to self-custody, but maybe the majority of people don't want to in the end, or we don't make it easy enough for them. So what's better than them using Binance P2P, which is like what people use in emerging markets? To be totally frank with you, they use Binance P2P, and the reason why they use Tether on Tron is this: they just pick whatever the cheapest stablecoin is. Like, they don't do self-custody. So if we don't want people using banks, which are essentially tools of the government, then Fedimints are potentially a really good middle ground solution, where you're removing the Bitcoin from control of the state and from banks. You're not giving people perfect self-custody, but you're giving people something that may give them a lot of utility while being a middle ground. And if we can onboard most of the world onto Fedimints plus self-custodial wallets, I would say that would be a huge win. So you're going to see a lot on the Fediment space moving forward. And just the organizers of the Africa Bitcoin Conference, which is taking place in Ghana in December, were all in Norway, and they attracted a lot of support for their upcoming conference there. So December 7 to 10, it's going to be going down in Accra, and I'm really thrilled to be there.